This case was never meant to leave the hospital archives. It was sealed under internal investigation records and marked as incomplete. But fragments of it still exist, scattered across staff testimonies and maintenance logs. Once you piece them together, a pattern begins to form. In 2008, a small regional hospital reported repeated disturbances coming from a single patient room, room 306. The patient assigned to that room had been declared dead 2 days earlier. There was no confusion, no error in documentation. The body had been removed and processed officially, yet staff working the night shift began reporting something impossible. It started with small things monitors activating on their own, doors slightly opening, and lights flickering only in that hallway. But then it escalated. Nurses reported hearing movement inside room 306 footsteps, slow and uneven, as if someone was dragging their feet. When they checked the room, it was empty every time. The bed untouched, the equipment silent. But the reports continued. One nurse claimed she heard breathing from inside the room, not normal breathing, but something strained, like lungs struggling to function. She froze outside the door until the sound stopped. When she found nothing inside, the air felt different, colder, heavier. Security reviewed the footage from the corridor. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the door handle would move, as if someone was trying to open it. There was no visible person, no shadow, no reflection, just the handle moving on its own. Everything else was working perfectly. Then something changed. A nurse entered after hearing a loud noise and found the bathroom door closed. It hadn't been before. She opened the door. Inside, the mirror was fogged up completely, as if someone had just taken a hot shower, but the water was cold. Written across the fogged glass were deliberate and readable words. "I am still here." When staff returned to document it, the mirror was clear, no fog, no writing, nothing, as if it had never happened at all. The hospital attempted to contain the situation. They restricted access to that wing and avoided documenting further incidents officially, but the staff continued to talk. One technician saw a figure sitting on the bed in room 306. When he looked again, it was gone. Another reported hearing someone call their name from inside the room in a voice that matched the deceased patient perfectly. Recordings were attempted. Audio devices placed inside overnight captured mostly silence with occasional low-frequency noise that couldn't be explained. One recording stood out. At 3:17 a.m., a faint voice could be heard repeating a single phrase over and over, "Don't leave me here." The hospital eventually shut down that section. Room 306 was sealed due to renovation requirements, but no renovation ever took place. Years later, a former staff member revisited the abandoned building. Curiosity led them back to that hallway. The door looked different, older, somehow out of place. They stood there and heard it a sound from inside. Slow, uneven breathing. They reached for the handle and noticed something written faintly on the door itself, scratched into the surface. "You left me." They walked away immediately. But maintenance records show the door was found open the next morning, even though no one had access. Inside, the bed had been disturbed for the first time in years, and the most disturbing detail was found on the inside of the door. New markings, fresh scratches, reading clearly, "I'm not alone anymore."